Tonight, we tell the story Whispers from the Sleepy Forest. In a land far beyond the mountains, where the air smelled of pine and dreams, there existed a forest older than time itself. This wasn't just any forest, it was the Sleepy Forest, where the trees whispered secrets only the stars could hear, and the moonlight draped gently over every leaf like a soft lullaby. At the very edge of this magical forest lived a little boy named Elias. Elias was a quiet soul with big, curious eyes and a heart full of wonder. He loved the sound of the wind rustling through the trees, and sometimes, just before bedtime, he thought he could hear voices, soft and ancient, calling his name from the woods. One evening, as the sun dipped beneath the hills and the sky turned a dusky violet, Elias stood by his window in silence. A gentle breeze danced through the open pane, carrying with it the scent of moss and moonflowers. It also carried a whisper. Elias, it hummed, not loud, not scary, just warm and inviting. He blinked, his little heart fluttering. He looked at his stuffed bear, Mr. Waffles, who seemed to nod ever so slightly. Gathering his blanket like a cloak, Elias tiptoed downstairs, careful not to wake Mama. He opened the back door and stepped into the cool night. The sleepy forest awaited. The moment he crossed the garden gate, the world seemed to shift. Fireflies rose like floating lanterns to light his path, and the leaves above shimmered with silver. The trees swayed gently, not because of the wind, but because they were alive, aware, watching over the little traveler. Elias, came the whisper again, softer this time, more like a melody than a word. He followed the voice, deeper into the forest, where moonlight pooled like gentle rivers, and flowers opened their petals only at night. There, beneath the tallest oak in the forest, stood a creature as old as dreams themselves, a fox, glowing faintly with stardust in its fur and kindness in its eyes. "Hello, Elias," said the fox, its voice like the hush of a lullaby. "We've been waiting." "We?" Elias whispered, eyes wide. From behind the trees came others, an owl wearing spectacles, a shy raccoon carrying a lantern, a deer with flowers woven into her antlers, and even a sleepy turtle with moss on his shell. They all gathered around Elias, forming a circle beneath the glowing canopy. "This," said the fox, "is the hour of whispers. Every night, when the world is quiet and the sky listens, the forest shares its dreams with those who believe." Elias sat down, wrapping his blanket tightly. "Will you tell me a story?" he asked. "We will," said the owl, adjusting his spectacles. "But first, you must give us something in return." "What can I give?" Elias asked. "Your dream," said the raccoon with a smile. "Only one. Just a small dream from your heart." Elias thought for a moment, then closed his eyes. "I dream that I can be brave," he whispered. "Not loud brave, but quiet brave, like you." The forest seemed to hum in agreement. Then together, the animals began to tell a story, not with words, but with wind and song and starlight. The leaves whispered tales of old, the fireflies painted pictures in the air. The owl recited poems from memory, and the deer sang a lullaby that made Elias's eyelids feel heavy. The story was about a hidden grove deep in the forest, where wishes were planted like seeds, and if you cared for them gently, they would grow into truths. Elias listened and listened, feeling smaller and safer than ever before. Soon the fox stood and brushed his tail across the ground. "It's time," he said gently. "Time for what?" Elias yawned. "To go back. Dreams belong both here and there." With a blink, Elias found himself being carried, light as a feather, through the trees. The stars winked goodbye, the trees whispered his name one last time, and the breeze kissed his cheeks. He awoke in his bed, tucked in just right, Mr. Waffles in his arms. The morning light filtered through the curtains, and the world looked the same. Almost. Except for one thing. In his pocket was a single silver leaf that shimmered like starlight. From that day on, whenever Elias felt unsure, he would hold the leaf, close his eyes, and remember the whispers from the sleepy forest. Because sometimes the softest stories are the ones that stay with us forever. If you enjoyed this bedtime journey through the sleepy forest, we'd be truly grateful if you subscribed to our channel and turned on the notification bell so you never miss a new story. And if you loved tonight's tale, a like on this video helps us continue creating magical bedtime moments for children everywhere. Thank you for dreaming with us. Good night.